Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and I just got done watching one of the brothers from GMS Detroit do a lesson on the Slave Museum, and this museum's actually in Detroit as well. I believe his name is GMS Bonzab. He does great videos. Check him out. Shalom. But his lesson got some emotions turning, and I decided I needed to do a lesson on this as well. And so what we have here is this museum basically giving you an eye into some of the things in which our ancestors had to go through. And these slaves that are here, these are actually the Israelites. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites. And all these things that we went through, they're about to be turned onto our enemies that did this to us. So let's go ahead and check out this video.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun, weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gone.
And so what you're seeing are some of the worst parts of the Deuteronomy curses right there before your eyes.
The most powerful exhibit at the Charles H. Wright African American History Museum.
Party time, yo,
the most powerful.
Yep. And that's what happened to us. And this is just a museum, so you're not hearing the sounds and the screams and the smell and the just overall torture of that whole situation. And all that happened to us because we went off from the covenant that we made with the Lord and that we agreed upon, and we went off from it mostly from worshiping other gods, but other things as well. And the Lord punished us for it. But we're at the end of that punishment because we're waking up, we're standing on our feet, we know who we are now. And as far as the Israelites who don't know, they're just rebellious and don't want to know. But the word has gone out, and you could even see these curses turning on to the Edomites, especially with the economy failing and their infrastructure just melting away under their feet. Their women are turning to Jake, and they have drug problems. These curses are definitely turning on to our enemies. But let's go ahead and get into the scriptures because they speak so much better than I do. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look, and fell with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. There was nothing that we could have done to get out of what happened to us, to get out of that middle passage, to get out of slavery here in North America. There's nothing we could have done with the sub-Saharan African slave trade, which the Arabs did or Ishmael did. There's nothing that we could have possibly done because it was of the Lord to do that to us. But all of them, starting with the Edomites down to the Ishmaelites and the Hamites and the Moabites and the Ammonites, and all of them, all of our enemies are going to feel this very soon from the Lord, and there'll be no might in their hand. It says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. And that is what we've felt for the last 500 plus years. We have been in this low state from slavery, and then even after slavery, there's been so many laws and regulations and different experiments and ways to keep Jake down. Esau is he's a master scientist, a wicked, evil scientist that has done a lot to our people. He studied humans, he studied Jake to see how we react and the things that we need, and he's taken them away or parted with him or kept us apart from him, and it has caused Jake to be in the condition that they're in now, with the thugs and the thoughts and the just us in a dead state. The Lord did this all through Esau and the other nations, but it's about to turn onto them. But yes, we are completely oppressed. And it says, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And even just looking at the current state that we're in, and especially looking at that video that we just watched, it's makes you mad in the anger sense, but also in the makes you a little crazy too, because it's the others don't see it, and it's just completely upsetting. It's Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And so everything that was done to us, including those ships, that's going to come onto the Edomites. They're going to feel it. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And you can go into Psalms 83 and see all of the nations that were confederate together to bring down the Israelites. They tried to break their bands from us, and they did. They completely made us lose our heritage and our identity, and basically they've taken everything from us. But all these things are about to happen to them, and they're going to go into a hardcore captivity. And then the Edomites in particular, they are going to be done away with after that 1,000-year sentence. That 1,000-year reign, they will be completely done away with. So their captivity, as you can imagine, they won't even be considered humans, because they won't even be here in 1,000 years. So they're mostly going to be entertainment, while the others are just building up the kingdom of heaven. And they've brought this all onto themselves, just like the Israelites brought that sentence all onto them. They went and touched the apple of the Lord's eye, and so they're about to be brought down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, the Lord's judgment, and he's going to plead with them there for his people. And he's going to remove them from power and put them into chains. And it says, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. And so everything that these heathen have done is going to come right back onto them. So they'll get to see exactly how it feels to be at the bottom. Baruch 4 and verse 31 says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Number one being the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white people, including the Small Hatters, the 1948ers that are in the Lord's land. Currently, they're just Edomites. They're just so-called white people that put on like they're the Lord's people, but they have nothing to do with it. And in fact, the Lord hates them. And even now, they've got to be miserable seeing that people are exposing them for being Amalek and not of Jacob. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children served, and we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And so all these cities are coming down. Miserable is she that received thy sons, daughter of Babylon, primarily. It's going to be absolutely destroyed, and nobody will ever dwell here again. It's going to get nuked. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. In Isaiah 47, it speaks of how the Lord's going to bless them with loss of children and widowhood, and that is quickly coming with these wars that are coming. And you're seeing it in other ways as America takes a fall, or Babylon takes its fall. Seeing the economy fail, the infrastructure, as I was saying earlier. You're seeing the division rise up, because there will be civil war and different wars between these people. And you're just seeing the overall fall of Babylon from being that golden cup in the Lord's hand to being less than a third world nation. And then eventually not even a nation, because it'll just be an example of how not to be. It says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride, which this is the most proud, shall be turned into mourning. So all the things that Edomites looked at and were proud of with America, they were all lies, and all lies must fall. They've changed history to put themselves in a superior position. They've changed the scriptures to put themselves in a superior position. They've changed order within the earth to put themselves in a superior position. But that is all going to be taken away, because these lies are being exposed and the wicked is being identified. And the wicked, even though they've had themselves in this superior position for far too long, they will be known as the basest of men, as they are. And they will be that in the kingdom, which is soon to come. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.